Alright, so hello guys and welcome back to another of my courses. So before we start, I'd like to thank you all to joining this class. Honestly, it's a great pleasure for me to teach you all. And I hope that by the end of this class, you will use all the knowledge that you've learned here to create your own things and maybe use it at your job or any other place. So this course will be about Excel and how to use it. So before we start, just to be sure that this course is not for experts, it's really for people who want an introduction to Excel, an advanced introduction. So by the end of this course, you will be, well, you'll be more, you will know how it works and you will have a good introduction to Excel and know all the basics of it. So what will be the content of the course? The first thing that we are going to see will be the basics of Excel. This we will see it in our next class. We're gonna talk about all the basics of Excel, how works the platform, and everything inside of it. After that, we're gonna talk about relative and versus absolute cell references, and how this works, what it is in general, and how it works. We're gonna talk about functions. We're gonna see the basics of function because we'll have another part on the course really in depth about the functions and everything. We're gonna see the basics of the functions in our first class. Then we're gonna talk about chart creation, once again really in basic, and after that we're gonna talk a bit more advanced about it. We're gonna talk about some Excel basic formulas. So we're gonna write down some formulas. We're gonna see how it all works. Then we're gonna have a practice. So I'm gonna do a practice with all of you guys. So we're gonna do a practice directly on Excel. We have a practice exercise. For the function part, we will have an introduction to functions. So you will know what a function in Excel is, how it works, and everything. We're gonna see the major functions, the if function, the VLOOKUP, if error, and some other functions. Also, well, the basics are the if function and the VLOOKUP. And we will have another work that we will, well, I call it homework, but it's like a small project that we will use for you guys to learn how all this works, and this way it's gonna be more easier for you. We're gonna talk about chart creation, how to create chart, how to manipulate data, how to visually represent data, how to use charts also. So we're gonna talk a bit about data analysis. It's not a lot. It's not a course about data. We're gonna talk really like the introduction part, how to use it, how to create charts, how well to put data together and everything. But once again, it's not an advanced course, so expect to receive introductory material. Then we're gonna talk, and well, then we'll have the data manipulation part. I will learn how to import data from the web. I will do this part with you guys. We're gonna import data from the web and work with the data. We will learn the basics of data analysis, so how to analyze this data, what we can do with this data. And then we'll have another small project that we are going to do. So once again, this course is really project based. We'll see a lot of project. Well, we'll learn by doing a lot of small projects, and then we'll have two bigger projects that we are going to do to put everything together. So after the data manipulation part, we are going to learn pivot tables. So the first thing we're going to see is really an introduction. So what are pivot tables, how it works, how we can create them. We'll create a pivot table and a pivot chart. So we're gonna put we're gonna create those things, and then once again we'll have another project that we will do. We'll put everything, all those pivot tables together. So you will see what you can do with all this. Then the next thing will be two projects that we are going to do. The first project that we are going to do will be the creation of a gradebook, and the second thing will be the creation of a HR application. So once again, we'll do no programming, we will not program nothing. We will use strictly Excel functions to create both of those small programs. So you will see once again in depth how those things are created, and all the functions that are used to create all those things. This those projects you can use all the functions and all of the architecture that we use to create your own apps after those ones, and it's something that you can applicate in your daily life and in your work life. So what is the objective of this course? My goal by teaching you this course is really for you to have an introduction for in Excel. So let's say you're someone who never touched Excel in his life, or you maybe used Excel as a calculator. You did like 2 plus 2 just for fun, but you strictly have no idea how works Excel, what is Excel, and all what you can do with Excel. Well, this course will teach you all of this, and will give you a more advanced touch, let's say like this. But once again, it's not an advanced course. It's really to give you the basics about it, creating some basic projects. So this way you will be able to use all this knowledge to after that create your own apps, maybe use it at your job, maybe whatever where you want to use it. It's a great tool to know, and to know how to use it. What you will be able to complete by the end of this course. So by the end of this course, honestly, you will be able to create basic apps with Excel. So concrete, well, in a more concrete way, you will create a complete human resources app. So it's gonna be a human resources app that, well, I'm gonna talk to you in basics about what it will look like, but you will see it more in the course. You will create your you'll create your data. So you'll create the name of your employees, you will create a schedule for them, you will create payrolls for them, paychecks and everything. And you'll see it's not that hard to create. So there is a certain logic in Excel, and once you understand this logic, you will be able to write down apps by yourself. It's really a matter of practice after that, and the more you practice, the more it's gonna be easy for you. It's the same thing if you're coding for whatever language you're coding in. When you learn your first coding language, at first it's hard, but then when you learn the second, it's easier. The third is more easier, just because there is a certain logic, and you just have to learn the logic behind all this. So it's exactly the same thing with Excel. When you want to create some basic Excel apps, well, there is a certain logic behind it, and you'll see once you understand how everything works, you'll see it's gonna be very, very easy for you guys. So see you guys in our next class, where we are going to talk about the basics of Excel, and you will have the first basic introduction to Excel and how it works.